Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
We needs a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters, huh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
And welcome back. It's February. We're cold. But bundle up, put some covers on, and listen to a nice episode of Chubstep.
Wow. Love that. Love that concept. People all cuddled up, 4 to 5 people underneath one blanket. None of them know each other, all listening to Chubstep.
Yeah, you can do that on the streets of Portland. If you're ever out there with me, because I do wander around and I gather people and I say, get under here. Get under here, rascal, you little rascal. The street urchins, they love being called rascal. So
Yes.
that's how
Also,
I
they
gain their
love being called
affection.
street urchins, right?
Yeah, not as much as a little rascal.
Okay.
So once you get to know them, though, you can call them a street urchin.
Okay.
And then you just kind of get them under your blankie and, everybody's warm for the night.
Here's a free subscription to Chubstep Podcast.
Yeah, check this out. I go, check this out, guys. And when they're sleeping, I tattoo it on them. Chubstep, listen to Chubstep.
Does this voice sound familiar? That's me, guys.
Now get under here.
Get under here. Yeah, this is a good blanket, Steed. Beautiful, beautiful imagery. I love this scene. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked briefly right before this, Steed, about the Super Bowl. Not much to say. The game was boring.
Yeah.
But I
didn't watch it. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I boycotted.
I know, and that's good you did. And I boycotted too because, like I said, I would, but I just have heard it was boring.
Yep, you
based on
did
people.
say you would, but I'm pretty sure that your family was hosting an event.
Yeah, and I did not look at the screen. I did all I could to avoid the screen.
Okay, good.
So we did do a chili cook-off. Here's what happened. I pick a different nationality and I do the like a chili based on their kind of flavors every year. Because my traditional chili that I did won a couple years, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this one.
It's too easy. Yeah.
Too easy. So this year I did Korean chili. Steed, you lived in Korea for a little bit. You might have children in Korea, TBD. Here's what the flavors are in this. You're gonna hear this.
Yeah.
Okay, and some of the stuff is not as traditional, but I kind of threw it in there to make it more like a chili because I didn't want it to be a soup.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. So the broth was beef broth.
Okay.
I had mirin in it.
Oh.
Soy sauce, rice vinegar, then honey, and toasted sesame oil, and gochujang.
Okay.
That was kind of the base of the broth. Then I had the vegetables. I put like black beans. With a wok, I did red peppers and onions. Then I got top sirloin and I sliced it super thin.
Like bulgogi.
And that's, yes, like exactly like bulgogi. And I put that as the meat in it. And then you topped it with kimchi and daikon radish and scallions.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's what was on top. So that was my chili. I think it was in the running for first place. They only just said who got first. Here's something that happened. There was like 10 chilies there, 11 chilies. The first place person got 5 votes. His family has 5 people in it.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting.
Shocking.
Suspicious. It was a good chili, but I'm biased towards mine, obviously, and I thought mine was more enlightening of people, flavors of the world. It was more inviting to different groups, different ethnic groups, and things like that.
Yeah.
But
wow, who won? Who's the winner?
my Uncle Gus. He was there. He won. And you know what?
Oh, wow.
Here's a clever thing he did. We don't talk a ton about food on this thing, but here's a clever thing he did, and I never heard this. I think it was a clever here. Okay, so he had his bowl of chili with the ingredients he normally has on the bottom of a smoker. Then he created a meat patty that was above that where that crock pot was with a grate between the two. So then it smoked, and as it smoked, the drippings from the meat patty
Yeah,
above
they go in
dripped
the bowl.
go into the bowl, and then he like crumbled it all in there once it was cooked enough.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty good.
It was a good
Does
chili.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, did it feature kimchi? Mine was the only one there with kimchi.
Yeah, and I'm sure people Googled what kimchi was, and then they were
Yeah.
like, I'm not even gonna eat this.
Yeah.
Fermenting things gets a bad rap. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fair. It was a bold choice. Here's the deal. Some of the people there, a third of the people there are children.
They
And
get a
you throw a
vote?
kimchi and they get a vote.
Oh,
Now, some people like to do the classic, I'm not going and say go back to like 76 voting standards. I'm saying let's maybe kids above 18.
yeah. You should have
Kids
to
with
at least be able to drive.
you should be able to prove that your palate is experienced enough, is
Hmm.
diverse enough that you can judge a good flavor.
Yeah, so here's how you get around that. You
Yeah.
have 5 glasses of wine, and you ask each of the
Okay.
kids to identify the region the wine is from.
Yes.
And if they can
Yes.
get 3 out of 5, then you let them vote. If they, get less than 3 out of 5, you don't let them vote.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and
What's
then,
a sip gonna hurt?
well, you give them a glass.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, a couple glasses. They're not driving home, they're kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's
No,
no
that's a good point.
downside to this.
This is a Merlot.
No,
Not
I said
bad.
the region.
Yeah,
I
okay.
said the
Yeah, okay, because
region.
could they say a champagne, right? Could they say a Burgundy, right? I mean, so you'd be fine with that.
Yeah, if it's
Okay,
specific to the region. I mean, that's
sure.
implied.
So like a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, like Chubstep Amy likes.
Yes, that's what they would have to say. I do like New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs. They're a
Okay.
great cheap option, not as good as French ones. Okay. I've been watching
Controversial.
a wine sommelier on YouTube. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Here's
And I
here's
I like it.
yeah. Here's my problem with a lot of like quote unquote experts on the internet. And because I hear these things from Chubstep Amy and she knows I have these like, things on it. But who is validating that this person's a sommelier? Steve, what is to stop you from doing a sommelier segment on Chubstep, where you
Okay.
talk about the wines of the week, right? What
That's a good
because no,
point.
there's no validating when these people just say this is what I do. Like, obviously you're a scientist, you're Steed Science, you do your scientist stuff.
Hmm.
I do Chub history because I'm a Chubstep historian. Uh, but there's nobody backing up. Obviously, you just have to take our word for it that we're of those professions and we're
Yeah.
experts on that. But other people on the internet are sometimes taking that for real. What are
I
your thoughts?
trust, okay, so I trust this guy. I've seen some guys, usually if a guy's like wearing a suit, I trust him a lot. Um,
Okay, that's a good point. I'm not
th-
wearing anything fancy.
yeah, but
Yeah.
this guy doesn't wear a suit. He wears like normal guy clothes. He's down to earth. And,
Oh,
some of the cheap wines, he's like, oh, this is a good wine. I would pay like $30 a bottle for this,
yeah.
$7 bottle of wine. And then other ones he just trashes. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, so he's being honest. He's
Yeah.
got the experience because he says stuff like about sulfates. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really
yeah.
into
Sulfates.
sulfates now.
You're into sulfates or out on sulfates?
Sulfates, you want sulfates if you're eating like beef
Interesting.
or red meat because
Okay.
it makes your cheeks dry out or something.
I know some of these words.
'Cause I hear people talking about like, oh, and they have the natural wines here, or you go to like Europe and they don't have that, or things like that. So you're in on sulfates.
They're in all the wines.
I know they are in a lot in America. I don't think that's everywhere, but I also know you can buy them without sulfates in America.
Oh wait, sorry. Maybe I'm thinking of tannins.
Oh
I don't
yeah, I don't
know.
know what the difference is.
Something. There's something. I'll watch one tonight and I'll remind myself.
Here's the thing: I know nothing about wine. I'm not going to pretend I do, but if I was going to pretend I did, I would wear a suit.
You almost exclusively have to be wearing a suit.
And I
Bow
would
tie's
probably
a
be,
plus.
and I would swirl it around a lot, and I'd smell it, and I would say
Yeah.
things that sound accurate. I
And
would
this
look up
guy
some
like
terms.
sips it and he goes like he makes that
Classic.
I'm like, what
Push
the
around
hell,
in his
man?
mouth, and like, yeah, something that you'd be like, I don't want to sit next to this guy.
Unless
Yeah.
he's feeding me the wine.
Exactly.
I
Well,
don't
that's a different story.
I trust him with my life. If he had to identify a wine, from maybe Canada, somewhere local. He's from
Yeah.
America. So somewhere around here. I'd choose him to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I drank 2 bottles of wine this weekend at the beach. This is bing bong. I went to the beach by myself because I was boycotting the Super Bowl.
Yep. Good.
And the 2 friends that I have in this half of the country,
I thought
they
you were
were
going to
like,
say godforsaken land, but okay, this half of the country.
this is the land of plenty. It's
Okay.
wonderful
Okay.
out here. Yeah, they were like busy or some shit. Or like didn't want to drive 4 hours to go sleep in a yurt with me, which is bullshit.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it was annoying. So I'm like, well, screw you guys. I'm going to go to the ocean. I'm going to try and catch some fish. So I went to the ocean, put my little waders on. I'm in the ocean. I'm doing this. I'm not catching any fish. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to drink a bottle of wine in the ocean by myself.
Yeah, I like
in the
that.
frigid temperatures.
I was going to say, yeah, what was the temp out?
Actually, it was sunny. It was probably like 50. I was
Okay.
sweating out there.
Okay.
And then I was just like, I got pretty wine drunk and I was like chest deep in the ocean. I'm like, I probably should go into my yurt. I got to go back to the yurt.
Did you
what
rent a yurt?
Yeah, I rented a yurt. They got hella yurts out here. There's just yurts
Man.
everywhere.
Glamping. You're glamping out there.
I was glamping because I went camping the other weekend and it fucking sucked.
Wait, you didn't tell me, why did it suck? All I heard about was the geocache.
Oh yeah, we found the geocache, but then it's like cold. And luckily, my one friend had our friend Taylor. Nobody else knows. I mean,
Well, Taylor's been on the show before.
A lot of people know Taylor. Chubstep Taylor. He's got a Tesla, and
Yeah.
he brought the Tesla, and you can put it into camping mode, and it just heats the car all night. And the
Oh,
campsite had a
seriously?
hookup. Yeah. So I was in my car because we were just doing a quick car camp, and I got cold, and I'm like, "Fuck this! I'm going to sleep in the Tesla." So I just slept in the front seat of the Tesla.
Nice.
And then I was like going to get another camping space for 30 bones. And then the yurt was only 50 bones. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm getting a yurt for 50 bones. It had heat, power, beds. It had
Sweet.
a bunk beds, futon, sleeping for 5, a little table, put my water bottle on it.
Yeah.
It was glorious. I'm never camping in a tent again. I'm a yurt man.
If yurt's available, I'm all for it. It gives you a different vibe. It's nice to have like fully enclosed thing, especially if you have heat or something like that. You get like camping, I'm fine with it, but after like 2 nights, like camping's usually good for one night. And then at a certain point you're just like, okay, like I guess I could do one more night, that's fine. But like you and me have done longer camping trips than that, but like it's also nice to just not have to do that.
Yeah, it is. The yurt, I was living in luxury, except every like few hours, the roaring waves of the ocean would wake me up. And I was like, what's happening? A tsunami? Because there was all these tsunami signs. I'm like, what the hell? I've never heard about a tsunami out here. So I'm like, oh God, this is the one. And I was waiting for the tent to get swept away. And then it would just like start pouring rain.
Yeah.
And the yurt had a glass roof, so it was really loud.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nice, but
So you get woken up by also the light then.
I don't know when I woke up. No, I didn't.
Okay. Never woke up?
I didn't wake up at all.
Okay.
No, I mean
This
it
is
was
a dream
cloudy.
state.
It wasn't like the
Yeah.
sun
Oh,
was
okay.
beating
I got
down.
it. Yeah. I forgot it's Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, it was raining. It was luckily the day I was like in the water, it was sunny, and then I went fishing for like 8 hours the next day and didn't catch anything again.
Yeah.
So I got to find an old man of the sea. I'll trade him a handy, maybe some nude pics, and he should teach me about fishing. That's what I found out.
I would
Around
get
here.
one of those like long yellow trench coats.
Oh yeah.
just to kind of start to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah,
like a
most
very wool
yeah.
knit hat.
The other guys at the Jetty, they were wearing like camo stuff, and they didn't look like they wanted to talk to me.
Okay.
But you know, I did see a police chase when I was out there too. I was kind of involved in it. So maybe this is the guy I got to track down. He seems like he knows what he's doing. I saw a cop, I passed him. I drive like half a mile down the road and I hear sirens. I look behind me and there's like a fucking white piece of shit. Like, I don't think it was even a name brand car. It was some like shitty SUV.
Off
Just like,
brand, yeah.
yeah, off-brand thing from like 1993 just barreling towards me with a cop chasing him. And I'm like, what
Oh
the hell?
God.
I'm like, I'm thinking you're trying to get pulled over. So I like
Yeah.
slow down and the guy's like on my ass. And I kind of like, went on the shoulder to like pull over. I was like, oh, he's gonna pull over too. Nope. He floors it around me and the cop just chases him.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, what? You can just do that? Where's he going?
That's crazy. Yeah. I've seen it once. I've seen one police car chase that ended with the guy crashing into a light pole.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'd be curious how that one ended.
Yeah, I'll Google it right now. I mean, it was in a small town, that I
Okay.
don't even
Yeah,
remember
there's got
the
to be
name of.
local. There's got to be some news about that because that can't happen that often there.
Tillamook car chase. Shootout with police. Oh. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. Apparently there's just shootout car chases in this town all the time.
So maybe not the best area that actually. Maybe that's why the yurts are so cheap. That's just a death trap.
It seemed quaint.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. No, this was last year. Okay, well.
Okay.
There was one
This year it's fine.
there was one in July, one in June, one a month ago.
That's a lot,
One
dude.
One in 2019, a guy stole a tow truck.
Love that.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. So I got to be on the lookout out there.
Yeah.
Jesus. And 2020 man captured after crime spree.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. All right.
Okay. Dangerous place.
I'm getting a gun.
Steed, I have another bing bong here, and this is actually Chubstep Amy's idea. This is an idea that's related to both. Well, it's really just more related to football that I was talking about earlier. So I'm bing bonging myself.
Bing bong.
Fair.
Okay.
But what about so you can watch highlights of games,
Yeah.
right? That are what are the best moments of that game? Maybe it's 2.5 minutes, and this is usually sports that do this, right? They will do highlights sometimes of like previews from a previous episode of something, right?
Yeah.
When you're watching like maybe a continuing show. But yeah, football, 2.5 minutes, you're seeing the guy catch the ball, touchdowns, interceptions, that kind of stuff. What about people that have like high risks for cardiovascular failure and they can't have their blood pressure very high? The idea would be low lights, Steed, of the
Low
thing. So
lights.
basically all the stuff in between plays.
Mm,
Let's say it's a football game. It's a guy
Yeah.
getting ready, putting the ball in place, about to hike the ball. Hikes it right as they hike the ball, next one. The stuff in between the quarters, them switching sides, all that kind of stuff. And somebody can still feel like they experienced the game, but they're not going to get worked up over, oh my God, I can't believe he threw that interception, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there would be hints like, a team's going down, then the other team just has the ball. And you're like, what? How'd they get the ball? So
You're right. You
that,
can make some assumptions. You can make some assumptions about what happened. And maybe that's part of the mystery of it, right? A highlight tells you all the stuff, but there's no mystery in a highlight. A low light is like, hey, what just happened here? How did the
Yeah.
score get to that? Who scored? You don't even know.
hmm
Why did they have it at the
yeah,
5 yard line?
maybe they show only non-scoring, only punts, only drives with punts
Punt could count. Yeah, sure. You could change the
in
level
football.
of how much of a low light it was. You get to the point where there's literally no plays, or you could do plays that gain no yards, punts. You can adjust this. I think we're at the spot of technology where you could have
Yeah.
a little drop down of what kind of low light you wanted.
Only highlights where your team does good. So you don't
I want to watch
lose
this
your
game.
mind.
I want to go for the perspective of only plays that, yeah, my team did positive in. I just want to look
Yeah.
through everything with rose-colored glasses, and
Then you come out of it without seeing the score, and you're like,
yeah,
hell yeah,
hell yeah,
good
man, we
game,
played good.
boys.
That was a good ass game, man. It's like, what game were you watching?
Oh
I,
God.
the game was only like 20 minutes long.
Yeah. I watched 4
It was
plays.
great.
The Bears got a field goal.
You would be much happier fan. I would say, me as a Bears fan, as a, disappointing Bears fan. Steve, you would have loved that last game against the Chiefs if you never saw like a few of those plays.
You shut your mouth.
I'm just saying we could all live it. Hey, Steve, at least your team got there. Our team isn't even anywhere close. But the point
Okay,
is,
yeah, but we got screwed out of it, and the world knows it, and they're going to change another rule. They're going to do electronic spotting now because
Yeah.
every year the Bills get screwed out of something. The NFL has to change the rules because the Bills got screwed so bad. Like, what the fuck is going on?
the point is, Steve, the point is, you would have a much more positive outlook if you only saw positive things, right? Yeah. Is it skewed? Like ignorance is bliss type of thing, right? Yeah, sure. Is that the whole reality? No, it's not, but it can be your reality if you want. You could do low lights,
Yeah.
you can just do your team's good ones. That's just an idea. Throwing it
I
out
should
there.
probably do that. Like, I should stop watching the Bills. It's taking years off my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bad.
What's something you would get to, Steve?
I'm wearing my Josh Allen shirt, by the way.
Oh, good.
My ideal weight is Josh Allen on top of me.
Yeah.
It makes me feel sexy. Okay.
Good.
It makes me feel like Josh Allen wants me. Okay. Anyways, let's take a pivot. Let's go. The big news coming out of Washington, D.C. right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trump is getting rid of, drum roll, probably one of your favorite things. You're going to be pissed. He's getting rid of the penny.
Oh my God. I had not
knew it.
heard this. Obviously, people have been talking about this for years.
Mm-hmm.
And
He said, yeah, he just said he hasn't had a penny in his wallet or bank account in over 60 years.
well, the bank
'cause he's
account
just
is
been
not,
so
I mean,
rich.
that's not
Nope,
accurate. You're
he's-
not going up by 5
No, I'm
cents.
joking.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
Okay, that would be funny. He's not put in his wallet for I mean, I haven't had change in my pocket for a
No,
long time.
he didn't even say that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I like that. Okay, nice. All right. Little
No,
improvised, little interpretation of what he was saying.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically he's just like, hey, it costs 4 cents to make a penny.
Yeah.
So every
Okay.
which I mean like that's stupid. Yeah. But it costs like 12 cents to make a nickel or something.
Oh, it's more for something the other sense too?
Yeah, the nickel it goes up. What's the stupid pennies? We got dumbass pennies. There's 250 billion. I'm gonna hit you with a fact while I find this. 250 billion pennies made in the last 30 years.
Yeah, nickel is 14 cents stayed to do.
14 cents.
Yeah.
14 cents. But if you add the pennies, 5 pennies, so 5 times 4 is 20. Pennies are cheaper than nickels. No, they're more than nickels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but what about a quarter? Could we move it up and we only do quarters?
15 cents to make a quarter.
Okay, so what the fuck are we doing? Get rid of nickels and dimes. Why are you
no, I mean
nickel and
nickels and
diming
pennies.
me?
Nice.
What? Yeah, that was good.
Nickels and pennies you're talking about. Okay, yeah, dime
No,
is
get
6
rid of
cents to make.
dimes too.
Dimes are 6 cents to
6?
make.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll keep the dimes for now. But why the fuck are we making nickels? Make everything 10 cents.
Well, you got to round. Here's the problem: is everything rounds up, right? With that, I would like it to round down.
Okay, well, what your possible 4 cent? No, it rounds to the closest. That's how do you do it.
Okay.
Nah,
Well, I just
nobody would
wanted to
do
round
that. Big Pharma would screw us.
up. Okay, so to answer your thing about the penny, and the nickel, the only reason a penny is good, the color, that's fun. We've talked about pennies years ago on the show.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
penny's
it's kinda
fun
orangey.
color, also good luck.
Okay, well, you can have any coin is lucky if you put it in a
No,
fountain.
it's only pennies. It's heads up, keep the penny. Heads down, run for your life.
Oh shit. Well, you're not gonna have to deal with that anymore.
Yes. Here, yeah, we've asked for this before, and I don't know where we can find this, but I want some penny truthers to come on and say us why pennies need to be around. I've kind of been in favor of this for a while. I mean, just when you are talking about a company that's in a country that's in a ton of debt, why would we lose money printing money?
Lose money making money?
Yes.
And then it's like, who are you making this money for?
You got to spend money to make money, they say, but this
Like,
is
why
you're
are we
spending
making
money
this
to
money?
lose money. Because it gets lost.
It just goes, yeah, it just goes away. The government never sees those pennies again. They're not collecting them.
No, yeah, it needs to be gone. The penny needs to be. This. I'm actually in favor of this.
Yeah, I'm okay with getting rid of all coins.
The change is just annoying to have. It falls out of my pocket.
What costs less than $1 right now?
Nothing with inflation the way it is. It doesn't make any sense to have.
Like you can't go into the
But, yeah.
store, maybe a stick of gum, like a single stick of gum. But it would be, I would carry more cash. I'd use more cash if I knew I didn't have to deal with fucking pennies,
Yes,
coins,
that's a good point, Steve. If I wasn't
jingling.
getting as much change, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with cash.
Yeah. But do we want that though? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we don't want
Drug
cash.
dealers
I also
might,
don't get
'cause
points.
I'm-
I don't. Oh, good point. Drug dealers. I didn't affect. That's going to affect them. The penny thing.
Yeah.
You don't
Mhm.
get points on cash. That's my problem with cash. If they could figure out a point system for pennies and nickels that I could use for airlines miles, then I'd be fine with that.
Okay, that's a good point. Maybe Trump. We'll get Trump
Yeah,
to do
let's
it.
see if he does that.
Yeah, he's done a lot of good things. He's banning forced use of paper straws also, which I'm against. Not for the reason you think.
What's the reason I think?
I like recycling or shit, some shit. I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
I kind of like if it's a high quality paper straw,
yeah.
I kind of like it. Like if it's a thick one, I can feels good in my
That's the
teeth.
problem. There's just a lot of bad ones out there. So then also
Yeah,
you get
there's
stuck with when you're drinking it and it is like dissolving and I'm drinking half paper and half milkshake.
yeah, that was Trump's problem. He said they break and explode on him. Used
He's
them many times. He can't do it
weak
anymore.
sucking ability, I've heard. Cannot
Mhm.
isn't to get things through things fast enough that they don't dissolve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I kind of like some of the good ones. Like licking them. There was just something about them.
Licking a paper straw?
Yeah, just licking a
Good
paper
mouth
straw,
feel.
just the
Good
tip,
mouth feel.
just the tip. It was really good mouthfeel. It wasn't as like hard as the plastic ones,
Yeah.
but now it's gone because of Trump.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Yep.
That's what I'm pissed about.
I didn't ask for this.
So I'm gonna fit in here when people are like, Trump's taking away our healthcare or something, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, and the straws.
Nice.
And the Portland people will be like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
he can come
Yeah,
to our
you're right.
book
You're right.
club.
You're right. That's you got to get a book club there, Steve. All
Yeah, I
right.
know. It's my dream.
I love it. I'm gonna do well. You know what? Okay, so we got Chub 500 coming up next. So people have one more opportunity to email the show chubstep.podcast@gmail.com and tell us kind of your favorite Chubstep moments. Steve, what we're gonna be doing actually is we are doing I've not even told you this. This is something I've been talking individually
No.
with a lot of our Chubstep favorites.
Oh man.
We're gonna have a series of guests on for Chub 500, maybe 6 to 7 people.
Whoa.
Kind of like Steed show. But we're going to
Okay.
be asking them the same question. It's going to be top 5 moments, top 5 Chubstep moment. So like just what's your favorite Chubstep moment? What's your favorite pop culture moment? Favorite moment in history, favorite personal moment, and the most cringy moment they've ever heard.
Okay.
So same sort of question, everybody. Yeah. Anyway, some of the Chubstep classic
And it's
guests you've
5
heard.
for 500.
5 questions for 500 episodes. I was thinking about doing 500 questions, but the amount of time to
We could
edit
just go
all
really
that.
fast.
Oh yeah, you're right. You could just rattle off 500. Yeah, it would have been a lot. And maybe we had the time for it. Maybe I'll reevaluate. We'll think about
Yeah,
that.
I'll write up 500 questions to ask you.
Okay, good. And I'll rattle through my
And
answer
then,
as fast as possible.
yeah, just bam, 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 bam. Then
Yeah.
we'll play it at like, we'll put it in the episode at like 5 times speed.
Okay.
And then if people want to go back and listen, they can slow it down.
You know what's going on here, don't you? Hand jobs.
Is that right?
What percentage do you think?
This is my new Chubstep segment. This is a quick one. It's called Chubstop.
Whoa.
And it's things I want people to stop doing.
Chubstop oil.
Chubstop. What do you mean? Stop oil? People stop using oil?
No, the like protest guy is called Just Stop Oil.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah,
So I
didn't
said
know what
Chubstop
that meant.
oil, and I
Yeah, it
googled
makes sense. I just
Chubstop
didn't, I
oil.
didn't understand the reference. Okay, so Chubstop misgendering my son. There was 2 times we were at Costco the other day, and people said he's a beautiful girl.
Maybe he would be a beautiful girl.
I'm not saying he wouldn't be a beautiful girl. And is it hard to tell with babies? It is. Was he
Not
wearing a white?
really.
Was he wearing a white bear suit? Fuzzy bear suit? Yes. Looked like a baby
Okay, so you
polar
can't
bear.
see his defining features.
But it wasn't like covering his hair.
So his whole head was exposed?
His whole head was exposed. I don't know.
That's a boy baby.
I know. I agree with that, Steve. So anyway, that's why I'm saying it. Stop that. Stop doing that.
Yeah, Chubstop oil.
Chubstop sending me an email and then calling me right after.
Oh, you gotta wait. What's your wait time? Like between email to call.
If it's immediate, then just call me. If it is not immediate, send it an email. If I haven't gotten back to you in minimum is 2 hours, then you can call me. Again, if you need it sooner than that, just call me.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, I like to call then email.
If there's follow-up like, hey, I forgot this, or like, hey, just summarize
then you
what
can
we
just
talked
say
about.
in the email, hey, just left you a voicemail.
That's fine.
just,
If I don't
"Hey, I
answer,
just
yes.
left-"
If I don't answer, send an email. But
Mhm.
I'm just saying in professional setting, don't do that. This is one that used to be a big red flag for me. I haven't gotten this in a while. You send a text, person doesn't respond, and then you send a bunch of question marks. Stop doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Or like, like, hey, I'll respond when I see it, when I'm around to do that.
Yeah, or Chubstop, like if you don't reply for a text, just Chubstop texting me again.
I never want to hear from you again.
Sometimes I just forget to text people back. I look at it and then I go, I'll text them later.
Yep.
Nope, never do.
Yeah.
And I just have like a bunch of unanswered text messages. I always have just a bunch of unanswered text messages on my phone, but the notification's gone, so there's no way to figure it out.
Exactly. We'll Chubstop the episode. People email show chubstep.podcast@gmail.com against Chub 500 coming up. New episodes every Thursday, including Chub 500. We're talking about it. The show has check us out on YouTube. Actually, check us out on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Different experience there, more lively. You can see our hand gestures. Steed talks with his hands locked as if he was Italian.
Mamma
His hands are constantly blocking the screen,
They go up
the
right
camera.
now. I usually sit on them so that I'm not
to
too
stop himself.
animated.
Exactly. The show has ended. Begun.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.